House sparrow, Passer domesticus, one of the most common sparrows, often seen near human settlements. Its success is intrinsically linked to human agriculture and urbanization. Males are easily identified by their grey crown, black bib, and chestnut-colored nape, while females and juveniles are a more subdued, plain, brownish grey. You'll often find them nesting in the nooks and crannies of buildings, from roof eaves to ventilation shafts, a testament to their ability to thrive alongside humanity. Their diet is incredibly varied, consisting of seeds, grains, insects, and discarded food scraps found in urban environments. Despite their ubiquity, some native populations in Europe have experienced significant declines, highlighting the complex relationship between this species and a changing world. Their cheerful, albeit simple chirps are a constant and familiar sound in cities and towns everywhere, a feathered reminder of nature's persistence in even the most developed landscapes. Tree sparrow, Passer montanus, recognizable by its chestnut crown and black cheek spot. Though sharing a genus with the more widespread house sparrow, the tree sparrow presents a more refined and distinct appearance. Unlike its cousin, where males and females differ in plumage, both sexes of the tree sparrow look alike, sporting a rich, solid chestnut-brown crown and nape, a clean white collar, and a prominent black spot on each white cheek. This cheek spot is the most reliable field mark for distinguishing it from the male house sparrow. The tree sparrow is generally shyer than its urban counterpart and tends to prefer more rural settings, such as open woodlands, farmland with hedgerows, and quiet parklands. While it has been introduced to other parts of the world, its colonization has been less explosive than that of the house sparrow. In North America, a notable introduced population has existed in the St. Louis, Missouri area for over a century. Their diet primarily consists of seeds, especially those from weeds and grasses, but they will readily feed on insects, particularly to nourish their young during the breeding season. Song sparrow, Melospiza melodia, known for its rich, melodious song and streaked plumage. True to its name, the song sparrow is a virtuoso vocalist, with males possessing a complex repertoire of songs used to defend territory and attract mates. A single male might sing hundreds of distinct variations of its tune. Visually, it is a classic little brown job, but a closer look reveals a beautifully intricate pattern. Its head pattern is also complex, with a grey eyebrow stripe and a dark malar stripe framing the cheek. The song sparrow is incredibly widespread across North America, with dozens of subspecies that vary significantly in size and coloration, from the large, dark sparrows of the Aleutian Islands to the smaller, paler birds of the desert southwest. They are highly adaptable, found in a wide array of brushy habitats, from suburban backyards and overgrown fields to marsh edges and dense thickets, as long as there is sufficient cover and a source of water nearby. Savannah Sparrow, Passerculus sandwichensis, a small grassland sparrow with fine brown streaks. This is a bird of open country, a specialist of grasslands, prairies, coastal dunes, and agricultural fields across North America. Its appearance is subtle, yet distinctive. The Savannah sparrow is a small, pale bird with fine, crisp brown streaks on its back and underside. One of its most telling field marks, though sometimes subtle, is a small, yellowish patch of feathers on its lores, the area between the eye and the bill. Its tail is relatively short and notched. When flushed from the grass, it typically flies low for a short distance before dropping back into cover. Its song is a weak but insect-like buzz, a characteristic sound of open fields on a summer day. Like the song sparrow, the Savannah sparrow has numerous subspecies adapted to different geographic regions, showing considerable variation in size and the darkness of their plumage. Their diet consists mainly of insects and spiders during the summer breeding season and seeds from grasses and weeds during the rest of the year. They are ground nesters, weaving a small cup-shaped nest directly on the ground, well hidden within a clump of dense grass. White-throated sparrow, Zonotrichia albicollis, has a distinctive white throat patch and yellow lores. A crisp and handsome sparrow, the white-throated sparrow is a favorite among backyard birdwatchers, especially during migration and winter. Its most prominent feature is the bright, clean white patch on its throat, which contrasts sharply with its grey breast. It also displays a bold head pattern with black and white stripes on the crown and bright yellow lores. Interestingly, this species comes in two distinct colour morphs, a white-striped form with very bright contrasting head stripes and a tan-striped form with duller tan and dark brown stripes. These morphs exhibit different behavioral traits, with white-striped birds being more aggressive and territorial. An individual almost always mates with a bird of the opposite morph. Their song is a clear, sweet and plaintive whistle, often transliterated as, "Oh, sweet Canada, Canada, Canada," a familiar sound in their breeding grounds in the boreal forests of Canada and the northeastern United States. In winter, they form flocks and forage on the ground in woodlands and brushy areas across the eastern and southern U.S., scratching at the leaf litter to uncover seeds and insects. Chipping sparrow, Spizella passerina, small with a rusty crown and grayish body. The chipping sparrow is a neat, slender and familiar bird of open woodlands, parks and suburban lawns. During the breeding season, its appearance is unmistakable. A bright, rusty red cap, a clean white eyebrow stripe, and a distinct black line running through the eye. Its underparts are a smooth, unstreaked grey, and its back is streaked with brown and black. In the fall and winter, its plumage becomes more subdued. The rusty cap becomes duller and streaked with black, and the facial pattern is less defined. Its song is one of the most characteristic sounds of spring and summer, a simple, dry, mechanical trill that consists of a single high-pitched note repeated very rapidly, often compared to the sound of a tiny sewing machine or a rattling insect. They are often seen foraging on the ground in small, loose flocks, searching for seeds from grasses and weeds. During the breeding season, they also consume a significant number of insects, such as caterpillars and beetles, which they feed to their young. Their nest is a delicate small cup, often famously lined with fine hair or fur, earning it the old-fashioned name hairbird. Fox sparrow, Passerella iliaca, larger than most sparrows with reddish-brown plumage. The fox sparrow is a robust, chunky and richly coloured sparrow that brings a splash of foxy red to the forest understory. It is one of the largest sparrows in North America. The species is highly variable and is divided into 4 main groups of subspecies that differ dramatically in appearance and song. The red fox sparrows of the eastern and northern regions are the most vibrantly coloured, with bright reddish-brown streaks and splotches over a greyish head and back. The sooty fox sparrows of the Pacific Northwest are a deep, uniform chocolate brown. Slate-coloured fox sparrows of the interior west are dark grey with brown markings, while the thick-billed fox sparrows of the mountains of California and Oregon have a particularly large bill. A common behaviour across all groups is their distinctive foraging technique. They vigorously kick backward with both feet simultaneously, like a mule kick, to excavate the leaf litter and expose hidden insects, spiders and seeds. Their song is a beautiful series of rich, clear, musical whistles and slurred notes, considered one of the finest among all sparrows. Vesper Sparrow, Pooecetes gramineus, known for its white outer tail feathers and evening songs. This is another denizen of open, grassy habitats, sharing fields and prairies with the Savannah Sparrow. The Vesper Sparrow is a fairly large and pale sparrow with subtle streaking on its breast and sides. Its most definitive field mark is visible in flight, the flash of its white outer tail feathers. This feature is a crucial identifier as the bird flushes from the ground and flies away. It also has a thin white eye ring that gives it a slightly wide-eyed expression. Its name, Vesper, comes from the Latin word for evening, a reference to its tendency to sing its sweet musical song late in the day and into the twilight hours. The song typically begins with two clear introductory whistles, followed by a jumble of trills and descending notes. Vesper sparrows are ground foragers and ground nesters, building their nests in slight depressions on the ground, often at the base of a clump of grass or a weed. Their population has declined in some areas due to the loss of suitable grassland and agricultural habitats. Golden-crowned sparrow, Zonotrichia atricapilla, features a golden crown bordered by black stripes. A large and striking sparrow of the Pacific coast of North America, the golden-crowned sparrow is a common sight in winter gardens and brushy areas from Alaska down to California. In breeding plumage, its head pattern is unmistakable. A dull yellow or golden ochre central crown stripe, bordered on each side by a thick, bold black stripe that extends from the bill to the nape. In non-breeding plumage, the black stripes become browner and the golden crown is much duller and less extensive, but the pattern is still discernible. The rest of its body is a mix of brown streaks on the back and a plain brownish-grey on the neck and underparts. Its song is a mournful three-note whistle that descends in pitch, often described as sounding like, "Oh dear me." This plaintive tune is a characteristic sound of its breeding grounds in the tundra and subalpine shrubbery of Alaska and western Canada. During the winter, they form flocks, often mixing with white-crowned sparrows, and forage on the ground for seeds, buds, flowers, and insects. It is a cousin to the song sparrow, but is generally smaller and more delicately marked. This combination of fine streaks on a buffy background distinguishes it from the song sparrow's coarser streaking on a white background. Lincoln sparrows are shy, preferring to stay hidden in dense, wet thickets, willow clumps, and streamside vegetation. When disturbed, they tend to run or creep through the undergrowth like a mouse rather than flushing into the open. They breed in subalpine meadows and bogs across Canada and the western U.S. mountains. Often overlooked due to its secretive nature, the Lincoln sparrow is a subtly beautiful and elusive bird. They migrate through much of the U.S. in winter in the southern states and Mexico, where they continue their skulking habits in dense, weedy fields and brush piles. Lincoln sparrow, Melospiza lincolni, shy and finely streaked with a buffy chest band.